Hey everyone, it's Calvin, also known as Homer, and this is the Ace Attorney Chronicles. This is my first sort of playthrough of the Ace Attorney Chronicles Adventures, and it's so appropriate that we'd start the video on Sholmes doing his signature pose, the finger point gun to the sky, the hand covering his face, barely. Well, no matter now, so how the devil are you? We've been with you for most of the day. Goodness, really? Do tell me, Mr. Sholmes, is your violin unscathed? My violin? What are you talking about, dear madam? Oh, never mind that now. I have something far more interesting to show you. Behold, my dear fellows. Oh, another music box disc? Not another disc, Mr. Zotto. This is the one Gregson demanded we hand over as evidence, Mr. McGill. What? Then, what's it doing here? You know, at times, Mr. Naruto, I think that though I have an undeniable turn for detection, I may even be more adept at larceny. I think so. I very much think so.
Oh, that would be wonderfully exciting. I'll be a pickpocketing assistant. And Runa could be our go-to lawyer if we ever got caught.
Right.
Plus, Susie has such a beautiful handwriting, she could write all of our menacing crime notifications. Yes, I'd be delighted.
I'm just going to pretend this conversation never happened, I think. Probably for the best. So do we converse with you a bit more? Okay, the music box and Magnus be yielded. I cannot believe that we're going, like, again, like, everything, whatever, like, how do I explain? Everything that, like, happened earlier on in the trials is coming back once again, and I think that's such a cool thing. Like, nothing just happened for happenstance. It's actually really cool. I don't understand. How did that disc come to be in your possession? I thought Inspector Gregson took it back to Scotland Yard. Quite correct. And that sort of uncompromising attitude is precisely why I always carry some of this.
That's a bar of caramel, Mr. Sholmes.
You're one only friends in times of loneliness, if I'm not mistaken. If you'll humor me, my dear fellows, cast your minds back to when the good detective confiscated the disc. I'll be taking that, whatever it is, Mr. Gillis, down to the yard. Thank you very much. Send it over. Oh yes, of course. If the police stand something as evidence, my dear fellow, we have no choice but to capitulate. How about we don't? I kind of like this, that we did this, though. This happened like 10 minutes ago. In the game, I guess. In the game's timeline. For the briefest of moments, I had the disc in my hand. Did I not?
Yes, you did, but I still don't understand.
It was precisely that moment that I summoned my one and only friend into action. I pressed the disc into a pair of bars, like this.
That's amazing.
The disc and all the minuscule protrusions have made an image in the caramel. Indeed, the caramel is quite exceptional. I developed it myself, you know. Suitably soft for making impressions, but resistant to melting. The result is precisely a controlled solution. How extraordinary. When someone says caramel without saying like caramel chocolate or something like that, man, like it sounds like so, like it makes me salivate, man. It sounds so good. Carrying a pair of these on one's person frequently proves very useful indeed. Take a house key, for example. A simple press and its unique form is duplicated. I can enter anyone's property at will, and never without high sucrose nourishment. Yeesh. That sounds illegal. It sounds fun. Okay, lighten up, Ryunosuke. From the image, I was able to create this. I confess I was most curious to know what manner of music would issue from the disc when it played.
Do tell us, Mr. Sholmes. What music does the disc play?
Well, I do like this, kind of like the Michael Scott thing, right? I have no idea. Okay, exactly, it's like the Michael Scott thing, where it's like Michael Scott is like a big fool, but then he does stuff that's actually like really clever, right? He does stuff that's really clever, and it's like and like good at his job, and it's like, oh, that's why he's in the position that he is. You know what I mean? It's like it's not surprising or confusing. Excuse me, it doesn't break the disbelief either or the belief either. Well, unfortunately, I have no idea. No idea. None whatsoever. Are you familiar with the workings of a music box? It's 9:26 in the morning. I woke up an hour ago. For some reason, I'm still yawning. I don't know what's happening, guys.
No, I'm afraid not. Goodness, you don't know Runo?
I don't know Runo. Inside a music box is a special metal piece called a comb. That's what produces the sound. Small protuberances pluck the different teeth of the comb as they rotate past it, making it the different notes. The first music box is to be invented using a rotating cylinder with a protuberance on it. But over time, a new type of player was produced, which uses discs such as these. With that development, the popularity of music boxes spread far and wide all around the globe.
Your voice is getting even stranger. That wasn't your voice at the start of the game.
Oh, yes, it was. It might have been. Calvin just forgets sometimes. Why exactly? Because the discs are easy to produce and can be interchanged to facilitate the playing of different tunes. There are a great many firms in Europe now manufacturing music boxes as a result.
It is wonderful to be able to enjoy music, even when no performer is present.
But it is the very success of the invention that means we are now presented with an insurmountable problem.
What do you mean?
As you may imagine, the construction of one's firm music box is unmatched to that of another. And we have no way of knowing in which music box this particular disc was designed to be played. There is no resolution to this problem, I'm afraid. It's quite intractable.
I see. So that's why.
Naturally, I tested the disc in those few music boxes I have at my disposal. But as you can hear, to no avail. The results were equally unsatisfactory in this one. So I am presently engaged in acquiring an example of all the music boxes ever made in Europe.
Every single one? That's hurry for you, always taking things too far.
But my dear girl, an unsolved riddle is quite repugnant to my constitution. But surely all the different types in Europe will amount to a huge volume of music boxes, won't it? Yes, that is certainly true. In the worst case, I shall just have to ask you to vacate the attic room.
What?
Why are we going to leave the attic room? What about Magnus McGilded? Magnus McGilded, not a name I expected to hear again so soon.
Yes, it's only been 2 months since that grisly case.
I don't think we need to recap. We're okay. So much of my commentary, like, it's like 90%, oh, this is so cool. Like 5%, like, oh my god, like, what's happening? And then like 5%, we don't need this. It's okay. It's okay. Mr. McGillick perished within hours of the trial's conclusion. We know what happened. If you didn't remember what happened, you probably weren't paying attention to the game. I think that's what some people sometimes in my YouTube comment section before used to think, that I didn't pay attention to the game because it explained what just happened in the game. Like right now, they'd be like, yeah, and then they did a recap, Calvin. It's like, yeah, I was there. I was there when that happened. Was it the curse of the Reaper? No one knows still now. The omnibus was reduced to a pile of ash. Not a shred of evidence remained. And with the man's death, the truth about the murder in which he was so intimately involved was buried. And Gina's dad. Even though we successfully established Mr. McGill's innocence in the trial, the newspapers are still claiming that it remains an unsolved case. The murder of the brickmaker, Mr. Thrice-fired Mason. In the end, the truth of the matter remains a mystery. We still have no idea what really happened that night. And although Mr. McGilda was found not guilty through my defense, I still don't know if that was the right judgment or not.
Yes, you do.
It wasn't the right judgment. He was a bad person. But at the same time, everyone at that case was like pretty much a bad person apart from Gina. It would appear the case is not yet closed. So that's interesting, like a case that we thought like was one of our biggest moments is like, is not closed. But we think we kind of suspected that, didn't we? We kind of suspected that wouldn't be closed in the end anyway.
Well, it's time to start getting things ready for dinner, I think. Ginny will be here before long.
Thank you, Iris.
Oh, well, you must let me help you then. Of course, Susie. There's plenty to do.
I think I shall investigate the condition of my faithful performing partner. Now then, where do I leave it? Let this be a lesson to you, Mr. Sholmes. Never leave anything too precious with the pawnbroker. So that's it. He almost lost his violin. And didn't even know it was his violin. You may be right.
Oh, that reminds me of something Mr. Windyback said before. He said that he had a manuscript of Iris's in pawn, didn't he?
Did he?
Yes, he definitely did mention it.
Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mysteries lies dormant in my storeroom, where his words, I believe.
So you heard about that, did you? I expect you were incensed as I was. Oh, yes. The idea of such a wonderful story languishing in Mr. Windyback's storeroom, gathering dust.
My dear madam, I'm quite sure I told you already. The pawnbroker's storeroom is the safest place for it, more secure than the bank's vault.
And what about your Stradivarius, Hurley? Was that safe and secure?
Well, there may be an occasion. It just literally stopped recording there, but luckily I'm able to tell. I've been doing this so long at this point that with kind of the same setup that like out of the corner of my eye I can always go like, ha, gotcha. So like we missed nothing, I don't think. Thank God. Well, there may be the occasional mix-up. I just reloaded the game, by the way, as well, after setting everything up again, because I like if there is like a stat on the console saying how long you played the game, I don't like to like, how do I say it? I don't like to like, I like to have the accurate time. I hate pausing a game and then having the time go up that's not mine. Does anyone else feel that way? Also, I know we said we'd have longer videos coming up. I think we're going to start that on the next playthrough. It's just very difficult sometimes to talk for a long, extended period of time with this game. I love it to bits. It's just a very tiring game when it comes to dialogue and stuff like that. It's lucky it's very good. Same thing with Phoenix Wright. It's like, man, I'm wrecked after this, but oh crap, that was really good. Caused by insurgent impetuous someone not too far from me now.
Do you have any idea how long it took me to write that Baskervilles story, Hurley? Oh, it sounds so exciting. The Hound of Baskervilles. I should love to read it.
Huh? That's the name of the chapter, isn't it? That's the name of this whole chapter. Oh, they're looking very serious at us as well, aren't they? What's going on here? Why does it feel like ice chill just swept through my room? Swept through the room.
Susie, what did you just say? You said The Hound of Baskervilles. But how could you know the full title?
Well, that's... Wait, she just said the title. How? How?
That's because Mr. Zato is such a great fan of all the stories of us. No.
I don't think this is the case. This is unpublished.
But Bruno, The Hound of Baskervilles has never been published.
What?
When I showed Hurley the manuscript, he told me that I wasn't allowed to publish it yet.
I don't understand.
That's why I said that he'd keep it safe until it was the right time for the story to be made public, you see.
So that's why the manuscript is at Windybank's.
And yet, how could Susie here know that its title? Well, Hurley, what's going on?
Yeah, it is, did she, like, cop a look at it? Like, when she was in the place? She could have just taken a look at it. Ah. What is it, Mr. Sholmes? It would appear our guest has arrived. Okay, he's like 100% like brushing past this. It's Gina, everyone! Mrs. Strayed, everyone's favorite character.
This was a bad idea. I knew I weren't welcome. I'm going.
No, you're 100% welcome. You're always welcome. Steal some stuff. You can see that back there if you want. That's yours. That's yours now. No, wait, Mrs. Strayed. We've all been eagerly awaiting your arrival. Haven't we, Iris? This is such a weird tension in the room, isn't there? It's such a weird tension.
Oh, yes. Just wait there.
Whoa, hold on a second. These two girls always get mixed up with the voices that I try to do for them, but anyway.
Oh, yes. Just wait there, Ginny. We'll have everything ready in a jiffy. Come along, Susie. Right, of course.
I think they're very eager to brush past this.
It's a pleasure to see you here, Mr. Straight. Please make yourself at home.
I guess this has been her home for like, what, a month? Don't stand in the doorway, my dear girl. Come along in. What say you to some meddlesome?
I won't take a no for an answer.
Meddlesome? It is then. Meddlesome? Gina's like, this is a bit rough. This is a bit rough. She's not used to this hospitality.
And there is the little pussycat. Hey, little pussycat, how you doing, little pussycat?
Meow. Wagga hi.
That evening, Iris prepared us all a meal that was even more delicious than usual. Mr. Shone's violin performance was in no way meddlesome. And Gina, as we all came to call her, taught us all how to steal things from another without being noticed. That's so sweet! Everyone thoroughly enjoyed themselves well into the night.
"15th of April, 9:34 p.m. Naruto's legal consultancy.
That was a very enjoyable evening, wasn't it? Oh, sorry, that's Ryunosuke talking. That was a very enjoyable evening, wasn't it? Oh yes, Iris's cooking was truly divine.
I love this room as well. At nighttime, it's even like prettier.
And I feel as though I can still hear the enchanting strains of Mr. Shone's violin even now. How cool is that as well? Like that he is like
Extremely competent, like in that nature as well. He's actually good at playing the violin. Again, like a Michael Scott's type character, right?
Best of all, I bet I could steal the glasses from his lordship's face next time we're in court. You should try it.
You're still thinking about what she said, are you?
Naruto-san, could I consult with you about something, I wonder? Of course.
What's the matter, Susaru-san?
It's about the telegram I received.
Ah, the one that arrived first thing in the morning, I suppose.
I've been summoned.
What? Summoned?
What do you mean? The telegram was from Lord Chief Justice's office. Long Strongheart has asked me to see me.
The Lord Chief Justice? When?
Tomorrow morning. What? Then we have to start preparing at once. Oh no, that won't be necessary, Naruto-san. Why not?
I've been summoned alone. Oh. Very strange, right? That's incredibly strange.
Alone? What on earth for? I have no idea. I suppose just to find out tomorrow. So she didn't want to worry us, I'm guessing, but like still, we're in this together, Susato, so we should talk about this together. What's all this about? Whatever it is, it's making me feel very uneasy. Knock, knock. Who could that be, I wonder? Good evening, friends. Ah, Iris. Hello again. And Gina, too. Yes, Ginny's gonna stay with us tonight. She's good to sleep in with me. Isn't that right, Ginny? Well, yeah.
Ginny's so cool.
How lovely. Let me make a pot of tea.
Man, imagine just having, oh, I'd love a kettle in my room. Oh my god. Actually, no, I wouldn't. The electricity bill would be insane. I would be kicked out. I would be evicted. You know, I've learned so much today.
Oh, what? In particular? Oh, those things Ginny showed us. Wasn't it wonderful?
You mean all those pickpocketing techniques? We had fun trying them out on each other. That actually does sound very pleasant.
I think if I can a natural talent, I can earn a living from it.
You might be getting ahead of yourselves a little there. So, what brings you up to our humble quarters at this late hour?
Well, you see, I came to return this.
Wait, what? That's mine!
Oh my, however did you... I told you, didn't I? I have a natural talent for it.
Oh yes, I'd forgotten. Iris literally is a child genius.
So here, you can have it back. Not that I really understand why you wear it, though.
Thank you. I think it's literally just because he wants to remember, Sasuke, you know what I mean? And, like, Naruto never forgets about Sasuke. And I think, you know, like, honestly, our character Naruto, loved Sasuke. Loved him like a gay lover. So I can totally understand why he still wears it. Wait. Naruto and that's my bad, sorry. Kazuma and Naruto. Oh. Alright, thank God. I've never seen an episode of Naruto, so if I'm right, just say he's right. He's right.
in the comment section. Yes, good night. So this is your office, is it? What do you think, Ginny? I think I wouldn't fancy me chances with a lawyer what lives in a place like this. Yes, me too. Yeah, it's not very professional, is it? But I like it. It's very cozy. It seems as though Iris here still has something she'd like to talk about. I'm guessing it's the manuscript, or the manuscript. Yeah, she wants to talk about the manuscript. Iris, I suppose you're hoping to talk about the manuscript, aren't you? Aren't you going to tell me? I'm so sorry. I need a little more time, please. Alright, I understand. I hope I haven't made you feel awkward, so what? She needs a little more time? Interesting. Oh no, not at all, Iris. Not at all. I don't know what it's all about, really, but this whole story you made up, is it, Iris? A mantle script or whatever you call it? Yeah, it's a mantle script. Goes on your mantle. It's not exactly a story that I made up. It's something I read in Daddy's diaries. Daddy's? That's right. I don't suppose I mentioned to you before, Ginny, but my daddy was Hurley's assistant once, his partner. It's so crazy if that is the guy that we were accused of killing in the first chapter. It's insane. Huh. They solved all sorts of strange and mysterious cases together. Is that right, mister? Apparently so. I was surprised as you are, though. And Daddy wrote all the details of every single case down, you see, in his diaries. So I was studying and writing my stories based on what actually happened. So, where's your old man now, then? He had to go away on urgent business to a faraway land, and he'll be gone for a very long time. Oh, so she knows? I'm guessing she knows, then? Man, that's hard. That's very difficult, so I've never really met him. The hat down. Oh, right. Come to think of it. I don't know anything about Gina's parents either. Perhaps we should ask her. I'm guessing that they're either not attentive, or they're struggling and then she's trying to help out. You know, it could be either one. Or they're gone. They're dead. Iris, the Santa Baskerville story. I take it that it's another tale inspired by your father's accounts? That's right. I thought it was fascinating. But it's different somehow. From the other cases, I mean. Oh? How? I don't really know, but it must be special in some way. Because after I'd written it and showed it the manuscript to Hurley, he turned as white as a sheet. It was the first time I've seen him like that. So the case obviously means something to him, and probably is a very important, like, emotional meaning to him, I'd say. Or at least, like, maybe it's terrifying. Maybe it is terrifying. So here we go. It pains me to have to say this after you told over it for so long, Iris. But this story must not be published at this time, under any circumstances. But why not? It's one of my best works. I'm not at liberty to say. Not now. So please, do not ask me. Alright then. I won't. That's trust right there. That's a load of trust. But I do solemnly swear that I'll explain everything one day, Iris, when the time is right. That is a fantastic role model for this girl as well. I do think that he's a lot better than we give him credit for in the first while. And that's how the manuscript came to be with Mr. Windybank, is it? Yes. Hurley said it had to be somewhere very safe. That really gets my goat, that does. He's treating you like a child. It's mean. That's what it is. Keeping secrets like that. I'm sure Mr. Shams isn't trying to be mean. Eh? If he said he wasn't at liberty to talk about it, I'm sure there must have been a very good reason. I think so too. You lot are too trusting for your own goats. But you can't pull the wool over my eyes. Shams is lying to Iris. I bet my life on it. What? See, it's kind of cool. Not cool. It's kind of sad in a way. That, like, we have two different perspectives here like almost two sides of like a completely different coins. You have Iris, who trusts Hurley, because obviously Hurley is clearly like taking care of her ever since her father left. And then you have on the other side Gina, who believes that adults are liars. You have like a very trusting individual in Iris who also trusts Suzato, and a person like Gina who thinks that all adults are lying. So they've clearly been through two different types of like, and here's the thing, and I think it's a good testament to how good the writing in this game can be, because what it is that it's two people going through kind of like completely different lifestyles all together, and having two different perspectives on life, because that's how it goes. One was luckier than the other person. One had someone else that could probably help them out a lot more. It's very clear by Gina's like way she acts that she's not rich. She's not even probably even close to even lower middle class, which classes are dumb anyway, but you know what I mean. So we talk to Gina now. Oh my god, look at her standing there. She's very cool. Your parents. Who are your parents? Who are your parents? I realize I don't know anything about your parents, Gina. I ain't got any, have I? Never did have. Oh, wow. Oh. Look, the East End's full of orphans like me. Yep. No one wants nothing to do with us. From the minute we're born, not even our mums. I'm so glad I did an East End accent for her. For the whole game, I'm so glad. We've all stick together. Yep, that is a very East End thing as well. The other ones look after little ones, and we make sure they get by. That is still an East End thing. Any person I've ever known from the East End will tell you that everyone kind of sticks together and looks after each other. It's like still very much like an East End way of looking at things. So that's why you're a pickpocket. Nah, Divin's my life. I love it. Yeah, you amazing person. You go for it. You go for it. Also, now we can actually say as well, like, she's obviously doesn't have a parents either. So that's another thing we can say. Like, she has never had parents, lost her parents, we could say. And she has people supporting her in her life, but she obviously doesn't trust adults because she's not in any position where she's seen adults kind of like not be, even in her own life, obviously she knows that like the adults in her life, even though they look after the little ones in this sense, maybe they're not very trustworthy to her either. She sees how maybe they act to other adults or something like that. While you have, again, Iris on the other side of things, who has someone who took her in. She was very lucky to have someone to fall back on. She's living a very comfortable life, while as Gina has just been accused of stealing at the pawnbrokers. Has been constantly accused, been told to, that in a few chapters ago, she was told she was a murderer, or accused of being a murderer for a while. I don't know. I just think that like it is like it's luck based. It's very luck based. That's what life is. It's like you can land and you can be some are lucky, some are not. I get a kick every time, and like even like the people who go like I worked hard to get where I was. It's like, yeah, but look back on the start of your life. You know what I mean? There's someone that helped you, and there's no shame in that either, saying that someone helped you. There's no shame whatsoever. I know I wouldn't be where I am today without my parents. Not giving me financial support, but giving me emotional support. I know I wouldn't be where I am today without my friends. No one ever does anything alone. In I guess in the kind of a figurative sense. I can think of everything time I'd lift some pompous idiot's purse. And it's how we all folk eat. I'm like Robin Hood, I think. That's how I see it. Yeah, I actually compared you to Robin Hood. Oh, Gina. Don't say, oh, Gina. She's stealing for funds. I do think about sometimes what it'd be like to have parents, I mean. I always try to, like, make everything right. Oh, man. But I haven't listened to what I was just said. It sounds like having parents ain't always easy either. Nope, it's not. Some people have terrible parents. I mean, if you know you never had them, you don't feel like you always wanted to meet them. Ugh. Gina's such a good character and such like a three-dimensional character. It's true. I do want to see Daddy so much. Oh, Iris. Sholmes is a lie. Gina, what do you mean when you said, Mr. Sholmes is lying to Iris? Well, he reckons he popped that manuscript or whatever, what? But come on, that's obviously a load of rubbish. Oh my, why would you think that, Gina? It's simple. If that story was really in old Windybag's storeroom, there's no way someone from halfway around the world, in other words you, could know about it. Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. He sold it? Without telling you. But I heard he would never do something like that. I'm sure of it. Grown-ups do a lot worse than that, believe me. What about World War II? Gina, that's later on. Oh, sorry. Barefaced liars, a lot of them. By the way, I'm talking about the starting of World War II and like the battles themselves. I didn't mean to make like a light of like the situations that happened in that time, because it's not anything light about it. It was a very horrible thing for a lot of people. I hope no one sees me thinks I'm making light of it. I am a history student. This is my degree. I'm a history. It's my major. You know what I mean? You just ain't realize it yet. I'm telling you, that manuscript ain't a Windybanks. You'd soon see if you had a look. Even if you think you can trust him, I don't. That Shums is a liar. That Shums a liar. That Shums a liar. If I'm honest, I have wondered if Harley's telling me the truth sometimes. See? But I don't mean that I think he sold it. I mean, that's sometimes I wonder he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere I don't know. Even I know it's wrong of me to doubt him. Don't be too hard on yourself, Iris. Nice visit, you two. Oh my goodness, look at the time. Come along, Ginny. We should go back downstairs. Yo, what? And please, don't mention any of this to Hurley, will you? No, of course not. Good night then, Iris. Good night, Gina. You must make me bring breakfast for you tomorrow morning, I insist. Oh yes, please. I can't wait, Susie. Good night then. Iris, it sure is easy to forget, isn't it? Sometimes she speaks just like an adult. She is very much a child, but deep down she's 10. Not deep down, she's 10. You fools! Well, I think it's time I turned out for the night too, Naruto-san. Iris' father, but also the name of the murderer visiting professor at Yuma University. It can't be mere coincidence. Yeah, there's something deeper going on. Like, the thing is, the story is very intriguing. Like I said, I think that, like, so far the pacing in this chapter, like, we're gonna know I keep saying pacing is not the best, but I think that, like, the story in the game is actually interesting. Naruto? What the hell? Mr. Naruto, what the hell? That voice. What? That's Mr. Sholmes. Oh. What's going on? It's the middle of the night. It's Mr. Straight, she's gone. Gina? She was supposed to be sleeping in Iris's room, but her bed is empty. Well, she's an independent young woman. She probably decided to go home, no? I think not. From speaking to her before she retired, I received the distinct impression that she was looking forward to breakfasting with Mr. Zato. No doubt I believe the girl has gone home, but I've been waiting for over an hour now. Sorry. Over an hour? Oh. If you'll indulge me. Look out the window, my dear fellow. Wait, what? What's this about? What are you talking about? What do you mean, look out the window? Wait a minute. Why is there a light on this time of night? That's Mr. Windybank's pawnbrokery. Mr. Windybanks. Oh no. It's simple. If that story's really in what we make showroom, well, there's no way someone would, in other words, you could know about it. So someone went there to kind of try and prove it. It seems you have some knowledge of the situation, Mr. Naruto. Sorry? Oh, no, not really. Well, anyway, we must investigate. At once. Mr. Zato. Oh, I thought that was going to be a to be continued. 16th of April, 1:14 a.m. Baker Street. And that's going to end the video here, guys. Sorry, I keep putting down my water bottle. Thank you guys so much for watching the series. Thank you much for supporting it. And I want to put a pin. I don't want to keep talking about pacing in this game because I feel like it's annoying at some stages. So I'm just gonna put a pin in this right now and talk about what I mean when I say the pacing can sometimes be off. I just feel like there is sometimes in these chapters too much dialogue. Sometimes there's unneeded dialogue, and maybe it's just because Phoenix Wright was so snappy. Like, I think they're definitely going for a more detailed video game here. Everything's detail oriented. Everything's like this little detail, to the point that even the trials are very much like down to the last detail as well. Like, and that's seen through like examining things. That's seen through talking to people. Like, everything is so detailed. So I guess, like, you know, understandably so. Like, I'm gonna be kind of like, hey, what's up with these chapters? What's up with these chapters? But I will say this, beyond a shadow of a doubt, the story is really interesting, it's intriguing, the characters are great, the design, the music, everything is fantastic. So please don't think that just because I look at the pacing of the game and go, chapter 3 and 4 are fantastic, chapter 1, 2, and 5 are not very good in terms of pacing. Please don't think that, like, I'm not saying that the game is good, because every other aspect that I'm talking about here, I'm in love. So I'll see you guys very soon. Bye-bye.